Alright guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm doing it on this new MacBook. I was previously on an Asus, so I'm still getting used to this MacBook. I still don't really even know how to use it, but my friend recommended that I switched over to a MacBook, so I thought, who am I? Went to the Apple store and bought the latest, the best MacBook Pro that you can buy, max storage, max everything. Alright, today I'm going to do a quick breakdown of the trade we took on Monday inside of our signals room. So let's get straight into it. So going into this New York AM session, I marked out these highs here and I was waiting for them to get swept. So I marked out this high as it's a high probability swing high, as it has a resting 15-minute bearish fair value gap here. So currently the time is around 9 AM New York local time. So you can see on the 15-minute time frame that we've swept this high and we've tapped into the 15-minute bearish. We've retraced back into a premium, so we can now look for lower prices. So the bias going into this New York AM session would be bearish. And then I marked out for our targets, I marked out the London swing low, which it created here. So this is our London session swing low. So I marked this out as well. So if say we was to get a lovely short entry on the lower time frame, say the 1 to 5 minute chart, then we would target this London low, and you could even target all the way to the bottom. Yeah, so now we've marked out on the 50-minute time frame. We've marked out this previous swing high. It's tapped into a 15-minute bearish. Our bias going into this New York AM session is going to be bearish. We're going to look for lower prices within to a premium, and we're going to target these London lows. So now let's drop down to the 1 minute time frame and let's see what we get. So the macro time is from 9:50 AM to 10:10 AM. So let's quickly mark out the macro time. This is where we look for our entries. So we look for our entries between 9:50 and 10:10 AM. Let's speed it up a little bit. Quickly before we get into this breakdown trade, I'm going to show you our signals room, just a screen recording of the trades we took this week. So as you can see, this is on Monday when we entered short. So we entered short on Monday. We had our first TP at 25 handles, and there you go, first TP smashed, and then literally probably 2 minutes later, final TP smashed to the pip. Insane. And I'm guiding you guys along the way with a good risk management plan, telling you guys what to do, this and that and everything. And then on Tuesday, once again, first TP got smashed, and then we took some more partials around a 50 handle point. So we got a 51.25 handle gain. Absolutely insane day. Risk management, communication on point. We don't play games. Serious trades only. On Wednesday we didn't take any trades. That's how it is. I'm honest with you guys. Some days we're going to come to the charts and we're not going to take any trades. We'll just sit out for the day. We're like, I'll tell you guys, I'm not liking the price action today, and we'll sit out. We're happy with the gains we made that week already. We'll happily sit out. It's not a problem. And then on Thursday, all the patience paid off. Waiting through Wednesday, we caught a lovely trade. First TP smashed. Lovely trade that was. And we was up 50.25 handles. Second TP got smashed. And then we was up. We secured 74.5 handles. It was absolutely insane. Or I believe this is the trade on Friday and this was Thursday. Yeah. So my bad. Thursday we secured 110.25 handles. So all the waiting through Wednesday, we then on Thursday secured 110.25 handles from that long trade. And then on Friday, we ended up taking this short and we secured first DP and we secured 74.5 handles. So on the week in total, we got easily 250 to 300 handles plus profit on the week. That was probably our biggest week we've ever secured inside of ICT Fanatic signals. Absolutely insane. And let's get back to the breakdown. Alright, so here, this is the trade we ended up taking inside of our signals room on Monday. So it's inside of the macro, and then I marked out this previous swing high here as a unicorn setup. I've gone over the unicorn setup in other YouTube videos, so if you flick back through some of my previous videos, I do go over the unicorn setup, but I'll briefly go over it now. So all the unicorn setup is, it's not a chart, it's not a pattern based setup. It's basically when price sweeps liquidity more than once. So it will sweep the major buy side liquidity, and then it will, for the people who entered short at buy side liquidity, it will then come up, stop everyone out again, where it would say it would sweep this level here again, and then it would tap into this 1 minute bearish. Then we look for a swing low to get displaced through, and a fair value gap for our entry. So this here would be a unicorn setup. It would be a lovely unicorn setup. So it's inside of the 950-1010 macro, and it's also inside a 1 minute bearish fair value gap. This is the trade which you would look to take. So let's see if price comes back up into this. Yeah, so there you go. So we have a unicorn setup, price has come up, it's swept this minor buy side liquidity, and it's created a unicorn setup. It's inside of this 1 minute bearish as well. And currently the displacement level would be below this previous swing low here. So if it displaces through this low, then this is where we'd look for our entries after it's displaced. Alright, so it's created another swing low, and as you can see, it's displaced through this swing low. So it's now displaced through this swing low. So this candle here is the one which created the fair value gap, and it also displaced through this level here. So it wicked through this level, displaced, created a fair value gap for our entry, and then we ended up going short off this bearish 1 minute fair value gap. The whole group, everyone caught this trade. It was an absolute lovely trade. It was only a Monday as well, and I believe we caught around 90 handles off this trade. It was insane. It flew straight to our final TP. So what we did on this trade was, this is London lows. So on this trade, we went short of this 1 minute bearish gap at around 18,300. We ran only a 15 handle stop, and our final TP was here. Our first TP was at 25 handles, which is this level here. So that's our first TP. And then our final TP, we ran at the London lows. So let's see how this trade plays out. There you go. So first TP was smashed. And what we did, we moved our stops to break even. And as you can see, this trade happened within a matter of minutes. It literally hit our final TP just like that, as you can see. Absolutely insane trade. So that was the first example. Some of you guys asked me that if it hits this 1 minute bearish and then price has then created a unicorn setup and then it's created 1 minute bearish gaps along the way here, but has it displaced? That's what you need to ask yourself. There's no previous swing low which price has displaced through. Therefore, this is not a valid entry. You wouldn't be entering short of any of these 1 minute gaps. Therefore, price then comes back up and creates another unicorn setup from this swing high, and it sweeps it for the final time before it then displaces through this level. The price came down to the swing low, it displaced, came back up into a 1 minute bearish gap. You can see it just tapped into that gap, and you'd have your sell limit orders on the edge of the fair value gap, and then run a stop just around the swing high of the unicorn setup, which gave us around a 15 handle stop. So we was barely risking anything. Usually on a trade we risk around 25 handles, but on this trade we risked only 15 handles, and then you run your first TP at 25 handles or a previous swing low, and your final TP at the opposing liquidity, which for us was London lows, which is perfect. Targeting London lows or London highs in the New York AM session is usually one of the highest probability trade setups that you can get, along with a unicorn setup too. I'm going to show you another trade example of one of the trades we took this week quickly. Let's get straight into the next example. Okay, so here's the second example, guys. I believe this trade is the trade we took on Thursday. So going into this New York AM session, I marked out this swing high here at 17,771, and I marked out this previous sell side liquidity at 17,615. So let's just mark that out quickly. So going into this New York AM session, I was running a neutral bias because we are in a discount. However, if we swept this buy side liquidity and tapped into, say, or even this buy side liquidity, say we swept these levels going into the New York AM session, then that would still also be a valid entry to go short to target this sell side liquidity here at 615. And then also a valid long would be for price to then sweep this level at 615, and then we would look for a displacement higher. Also, price currently has swept this minor sell side liquidity at 675, so we would also look to see how that gets respected going into the New York Open. Right, there you go. So at the New York Open, you can see that price has come down, swept this major sell side liquidity at 17,615. So today we would only be looking for longs, and let's see if we get any setups going into the macro time of 950, 1010, and we get any entries to go long. So let's drop down into the 1 minute time frame, and let's see what entries we get here to go long. So first of all, a unicorn setup would be a sweep of this previous swing low which it has just created. Right, here we go. So let's mark out this swing low which it has just created, and then this would also be our displacement level as well. So this would be our unicorn setup. So if we get a sweep of this level here, and then we get a displacement higher if we get displacement higher through this level, that would be a lovely setup to go long to target these highs. There you go. So price has now swept this level, this previous swing low again. So we've got a unicorn setup. Let's see if price now displaces through. And there you go. That's just lovely. So we have a displacement and a unicorn setup inside of our entry window of 950 1010. So it's just gone 1010 and the setup has formed. So we'd be looking for longs off this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. So let's see if we get an entry off this bullish gap here. And then our first TP we would run at 25 handles, and our second TP we run at 50 handles, and our final TP we run at the swing high. Our final TP we run at buy side liquidity, the opposing liquidity. So let's see if we get tapped in for an entry here on this bullish fair value gap. There you go. So inside of our signals room, we got entered long off this 1 minute bullish fair value gap around that level there, and we ran our final TP at the opposing liquidity, which was 137 handles. It's a bit of a stretch. It is a massive trade. Our first TP we ran at 25 handles, which is here. Our second TP we ran at 50 handles. I believe we ran it at this minor buy side liquidity, which is a resting equal high. So our second TP was at this level here, and our final TP is at the opposing liquidity, which is up here. And we ran a pretty tight stop just below this 1 minute bullish gap at around 21 handle stop, offering us a 1 to 6 risk to reward on this trade, which is absolutely insane. Inside of our group and in general, we never take a trade if it offers less than 1 to 2 risk to reward. If it doesn't offer a 1 to 2 risk to reward, I'm not even going to look at it. I'll skip the day, or I'll wait for the next macro. Simple as that. I'm very precise when it comes to trading. If all my boxes aren't ticked, I'm not even going to consider taking the trade, and that's how everyone should be. In order to be successful in trading, you need to make sure that you have a plan and you stick to it, and you do not break your rules. So we've been tapped into this 1 minute bullish gap. Let's see how the trade plays out. There you go. So our first TP was smashed. On this instant, we didn't move our stops to break even because there is a high probability that it will come back to break even and then stop us out. So we left our stops around this level here, and then if second TP gets hit, then we'll move our stops to break even after that. But let's see what happens now. Now price has now broken higher above this previous swing high. We then moved our stops to break even at this point and waited for either getting, we waited to either get taken out of break even to secure a 25 handle gain, or we get taken out of our position a little bit more. We take some more partials at second TP. And look at that, second TP got smashed. That means we've secured now 57.75 handles, which is absolutely insane. And then around this level here, we ended up securing more of our profits around a 724. I did tell the group to set a third TP, which we secured more profits for around a 90 handle gain. So we ran our third TP at this level here. So let's see how the trade plays out. And there you go, our third TP got smashed and we took out. At this point, we're currently 80% closed out of our position. And then after that third TP was smashed, we then trailed our stops to the previous swing low, which was at 686. So not only are we completely risk-free, but now our stops are trailed in a profit. We're currently 80% out of our position and we're running only 20% left. For you guys trading micros, if you want to take partials, for you guys trading full contracts, if you want to be able to take partials, if you're not trading 4 contracts or more, then I highly recommend you move over to micros. Trade 30 micros, 40 micros, 50 micros until you're trading 4 or more contracts enabled you to take partials. If you're trading 4 contracts, then it allows you to take 2 off, then you can take 1 more off, and then you can take another off at the final TP. But if you're only trading 1 or 2 contracts, it's hard for you to take partials. So I recommend you stick to trading micros first, 10 to 20 micros, and then you'll 100% be able to take partials along the way. That's the way to solve partial taking when trading full contracts. You just want to move over to micros. It's very simple. So now we've trailed our stop to this level here. Let's mark that as red, and let's see what happens now. And then around this level here, we ended up trailing our stops once again to this previous swing low at 692. Every handle helps. Every handle counts. Even if your stop was only 5 handles or 3 handles below where it actually was, and you trail it a little bit more, every handle adds up. By the end of the year, if you keep trailing your stop just like this, you will be up an extra 100 plus handles easy just by doing this. So we trailed our stops to that previous swing low. And there you go. So it finally took us out of our trade. We secured around a 91.25 handles on this trade, which is absolutely insane. This week, I know you guys in the free group probably don't even believe it, and neither do I. Sometimes I think, who am I? I don't even believe it myself. But this week, we didn't even take a loss. We didn't even go close to taking a loss. We didn't barely even go into any drawdown on our accounts. All we took was wins. It was one of the biggest weeks. I did tell you guys last week, now NFP and CPI has passed, we're going to get a clean week. This is why you got to listen to me, because I'm not lying when I say this. We're going to have a good week. We had another good week, once again. I didn't even add it up, but I believe it was 200 plus handles on the week, probably even more. It was absolutely insane. Not a single loss the whole week. The previous week, what was it? It was CPI week. How many losses did we take? None. Or we took like 1 9 handle loss, but still we closed another 200 handle week on CPI week, and NFP week was also an insane week. We're currently 13 weeks closing out in a profit. Tell me someone else who's doing that right now. I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who's 13 weeks closing out in a profit. Cool, we take small losses, but our losses are like minus 9 handles, minus 10 handles, minus 15 handles. But then when we win, look at this, 91.25 handles. Our risk to reward on this trade, as soon as after first TP and second TP was hit, we moved our stops. Our risk management is too good. That's why our members are getting funded and paid out weekly. I'm not trying to sell you no shit. I'm not trying to be one of them gurus. I'm trying to help you guys. Because I was thinking of closing down the group, because I don't even need the money. I don't even need that group. I just leave the group open because I love seeing my members inside the group getting paid out. I love to see it. That's why I have the group there. It's to help you guys understand ICT, because there is a lot of influencers talking about ICT this, but no one's actually offering a group which helps their members, a community where our members can then speak to each other, ask questions, learn, develop, and improve as an ICT trader. There's no ICT groups currently out there like us. We are the #1 in the world. We are the biggest ICT group in the world. And that's it for this video, guys. So that's 2 breakdowns of some of the trades we took this week. Absolutely insane week. And next week, guess what? It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. So I'll see you inside of our signals room, or I'll see you inside the free group. I'll leave all the links below under this video for the free group and the signals room if you're looking to join. And guys, on that note, if you got any questions and you got any suggestions for our next YouTube video, please just drop them below. I have been extremely busy and I'm sorry that I didn't upload a video last week. It was just absolute mayhem. I was moving from Bangkok to Pattaya because Bangkok, Thailand wasn't really for me, to be honest. There wasn't many goals there and it honestly wasn't the best. But Pattaya, I'm having a great time. Honestly, I highly recommend it. For you lot hitting mad withdrawals, get yourselves out here. Pattaya, 100%, I recommend it. I'm having a great time over here. Also, quick to mention the fact we're going to be doing a yacht party. I mentioned this briefly inside of our free group to let all the members know, but let me just confirm this for you guys. In the next couple months, in the next few months, as we get bigger on Instagram and say we hit 50k, 100k followers, and we get more of a community inside of this Telegram group and on Instagram, I'm going to be hosting the biggest trader and ICT trading yacht party the world has ever seen. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be girls on the boat. There's going to be many entrepreneurs on the boat. It's going to be one of the biggest networking event the world has ever seen for traders. Every single trader you can think of is going to be on the boat. It's going to be crazy. We're going to be popping bottles, There's gonna be cigars on the boat. There's gonna be barbecues on the boat. There might even be a fucking helicopter on the roof. Like, it's gonna be mad. And thank you very much for watching this video. It means the world to me. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
I just did my 39, gotta change my sheets. Shit be rubbing on my body, sucking till my knees get weak. I just did my 39, gotta change my sheets. Shit be rubbing on my body, sucking till my knees get weak.